Imagine this. Thousands of years ago, ancient Indian astronomers looked up at the night sky and noticed something incredible. They saw that the positions of the nakshatras, which they used in order to read a person's future, were shifting very slowly over centuries. This slow shift seemed like a mystery at first, just like Newton wondered why the apple actually fell. There must be something that caused it to fall. Our sages, who were astroscientists, also wondered why the nakshatra positions were changing. And over time, they figured out the secret. Ayanamsha. Namaskaraha. Welcome to this episode on Ayanamsha. To create a horoscope, you're aware that you need your date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth. Using these three ingredients, the positions of the grahas in your horoscope can be determined. But did you know that the accurate placement of grahas requires one other important element? This is not something you provide. It's a critical calculation used by astrologers. What is this underlying element and why is it so important? That is what we will uncover in this video. In Sanskritam, Ayanamsha comes from two words, Ayana and Amsha. Ayana means path or journey and Amsha means a part or degree. Similar to the word Ramayanam is Ramasya Ayanam, which means Sri Rama's journey or movement. Ayanamsha refers to the Earth's journey through space and the difference in which the nakshatras appear over time, which is crucial in Vedic astrology. Astrology, which is all about reading the positions of grahas and nakshatras, uses two different methods or systems. Each system has a unique way of measuring the zodiac. Tropical system is based on Earth's seasons, which has spring and autumn. It starts with 0 degrees Aries at the beginning of spring, which is around March 21st. This system is called the Sayana or tropical system and is used in Western astrology. Sidereal system or Nirayana, instead of the seasons, the sidereal system is based on the actual position of the nakshatras in the sky. It tries to keep the zodiac signs lined up with specific star groups or nakshatras, which are fixed in the sky. This system is called Nirayana or sidereal system and is used in Vedic astrology. To understand why these two systems are different, we need to understand equinoxes. Twice a year in March and September, day and night are almost exactly the same length. These are the equinoxes. The vernal equinox happens in March and this marks the start of spring in many places. The autumnal equinox happens in September, marking the start of autumn. Now, here's where things get interesting. Earth isn't perfectly stable. It wobbles slightly as it spins. Think of it like a spinning top that slowly wobbles as it keeps spinning. Because of this wobble, the positions of the equinoxes drift backward a little each year. This gradual shift is called the precession of the equinoxes. This slow drift caused by the Earth's wobble affects the two main systems of astrology differently. The tropical system or the Sayana system, which is used in the West, stays fixed to the seasons. Vedic astrology or the Nirayana system, on the other hand, relies on the nakshatras. To keep the signs, that is, the zodiac signs and nakshatras properly aligned, Vedic astrology needs a way to adjust for this drift caused by the Earth's wobble. That's where Ayanamsha comes in. Now this might sound like a complex term, but don't worry, we are going to break it down into simple terms so anyone can understand it. Ayanamsha means how much has it moved, that is, the angle of the movement. Astrologers use this angle to align the sidereal zodiac, used in Vedic astrology, with the actual positions of the nakshatras. Since our system of Vedic astrology, that is the sidereal system, uses Ayanamsha, but Western astrology does not, hence these two systems no longer match. For example, today 0 degrees Aries in the tropical zodiac aligns with about 6 degrees Pisces in Vedic astrology, a difference of around 24 degrees. The idea of Ayanamsha isn't new. Ancient Indian astronomers had different names for it like Agastya Charam, Saptarishi Charam and Vishu Chalanam. They noticed that over very long periods, nakshatra positions seemed to change due to the Earth's wobble. They even referenced it in Vedas like the Rig Veda, where the equinox points were named after important deities. For example, the vernal equinox was called Agni. The autumnal equinox was known as Indra. Varuna symbolized the northern path of the sun, or Uttarayana, and Mitra symbolized the southern path, that is Dakshinayana. Ancient texts like the Surya Siddhanta and Aryabhatiya explain the shifting positions of the nakshatras and describe ways to calculate Ayanamsha. These calculations ensured that Vedic astrology remained accurate despite the shifting sky. Ancient scholars like Sri Bal Gangadhar Tilak even used this knowledge to estimate the age of the ancient texts, showing how important this idea was. Today, we have several ways of measuring Ayanamsha. Here are the most popular ones. Lahiri Ayanamsha. This is the most common method in India, named after N.C. Lahiri. As per Sri Lahiri, tropical zodiac and sidereal zodiac were perfectly aligned in 285 AD. This is technically called as zero Ayanamsha. This is the standard used by various observatories in India and by the Indian government. The second one is another well-known method created by Dr. B.V. Raman, which accounts for the zero Ayanamsha as 397 AD, and this is commonly used in Western sidereal astrology. Each method uses different starting points but aims to measure the same celestial shift. In Vedic astrology, Ayanamsha is essential for calculating accurate horoscopes, which will lead to accurate predictions. For instance, if you were born with the sun in Aries, ignoring Ayanamsha might place it in Pisces instead, altering your entire birth chart. So whenever you look at a Vedic astrology chart, remember that Ayanamsha is the hidden adjustment that lines everything up just right, reflecting the real sky above. Thanks to Ayanamsha, Vedic astrologers can give more accurate predictions by keeping the zodiac in sync with the nakshatras. And with this awareness comes insight, and I want you to develop Jyotish Shastram insight to plan your life better. Dhanyavadaha.